Did you know you can build your own AI tools using Hugging Face? So this is actually really cool. You can see it here next to me right now. I'm going to give you a quick tour in just a second. But Hugging Face is a platform that is designed to allow you to host your own AI experiments. So it's basically their mission is sort of the democratization of AI, and it's really cool. So let me sort of show you real quick here some of the stuff that you can do with it. And I'm going to give you sort of a quick tour and just give you an intro to how you can use this platform to build your own AI tools and an idea for how you can use those tools to generate leads for your business. So let me go ahead and get out of the way a little bit. So this is Hugging Face. If we go to, this is sort of my personal profile here. What I'm going to do though is let me show you what this is essentially. Now, this might look kind of technical. Don't get overwhelmed by that. But what's cool here is that let me actually jump over to this part called Spaces. The way this works is that people come in here, they build their own AI tool from scratch. I'm not going to show you how to do it from scratch. I'm going to give you some shortcuts you can take, and they make these tools, right? So, for instance, let's see here. What's image? Well, let's see here. We got, I don't know. I'm just looking at the random stuff that's in here that people have uploaded recently. Let's see this one, music gen. So on Hugging Face, the people build this stuff and then they host it here and you can use it for free, right? So that's pretty cool. So what you're seeing here is just, I don't know, somebody made a music generator. I'm literally doing this live. I haven't seen this before. What we can do is we can actually click on these examples down here, and then it will automatically make the result for us. So I'm just going to click on generate and see what happens. But that's how Hugging Face works at a basic level, right? So what's kind of cool here is you can come on the website and you can search for AI tools that do the things you want to do, right? So if you want to come on here and say, I want an AI tool, it's going to write me blog posts or stuff like that, right? There will be tools in here that you can use. And again, you can use them for free. So that's pretty cool. This one, it looks like we're sort of number 3 in the queue. I don't have time to wait for that. So I'm going to go back to the home page here. And again, I don't necessarily need to show you all these spaces. I'm just kind of giving you an idea here. Let's talk about how you can make your own. So if I come over here, I've already got an account. So I'm just going to open up my particular profile, and you'll see that there's some stuff that I've already made. So for instance, there's this marketing idea generator. And if you click on it, you'll see, actually, this is something I set up as a home value estimator. So let me go back. The naming structure here can be a little bit misleading. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. So this one will generate video scripts for you. You just put in an industry and a topic. So like, let me show you an example. So put like real estate and people relocating to Missouri from Texas. I'm in Missouri, which is why I'm using that state. If you don't know why I'm talking about Missouri, that's where I'm based. Now, most people are probably not moving from Missouri to Texas, probably the other way around, unfortunately, for us. But let me show you how this works, right? So there you go. You got right off the bat, it's going to create a script for you, 5 reasons why you should make the leap, and it's giving you a list of those reasons, right? So that's what this is. I'm not trying to show you this particular tool, but this is something you could use for free. If you come over to Hugging Face, you click on it and just sort of pull it up. Now from here, what I actually do want to show you though is I want to show you how you can make your own version of these spaces. So this is where this gets interesting, right? So if you want, you can come in here and you can come to any of these existing spaces and just click on this menu up here in the top right corner and click on duplicate this space. So this is where this gets cool, right? So there's a couple things I'm going to show you, and this is going to be relatively quick today. If this does spark any curiosity, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to do more of these live streams, kind of walk you through how to build these tools. But let me just show you a couple things real quick here. So what I would do is I click on duplicate the space if I find a tool that I want to make my own version of. And a couple things you're going to need to do. First is you give it a name. So make sure you name it correctly. Then the last thing you have to do is you do need an OpenAI API key. So in other words, you need to sign up for an API account with OpenAI. That sounds complicated. It is not. All that does is it gives you a piece of code, a little key that you're going to copy, and you're going to bring it over here and you're going to paste it in. That's really all you got to worry about, right? So I'm not going to go through those steps. I mean, here's the back end of OpenAI. You can come in here and you find your API keys, you create a new one, you copy it, and you come over and paste that in right here. And then you click on duplicate space, right? Now, if you do that, you're going to get your own version of this space, and it's going to pop up. the next thing you're going to want to do is come over here to Files, and you come to the app.py, app.py file. And if you open this up, you'll see that this is the code for the tool, right? This is what you want to make edits to. So if you want to come in here and you want to mess around with this code, this is what you're going to want to make changes to in order to make your own version, right? So for instance, the primary thing I'm going to want to change is this information right here. Now, there's other stuff I might change. I won't, again, get into that right now, but this is all you really have to do. And what you're going to notice here is that this is all simply written in English. This is not code. So the part you have to change here on Hugging Face is not code. You don't have to write any code, right? I want to stress that. This is all that, it's really not that technical. I am not a programmer, and I was able to do this all myself using ChatGPT, right? So just sort of talking to ChatGPT, I put this together, and this is really all you got to change. Now, there's a couple other sections you would also change, like the name of the tool, things like that. But all I really need to do is edit this. So if you look at this right now, it says act as a small business marketing video script writer, right? Now, I can change that to whatever I want. And that's what's really cool here is I can come in here and I can build something that is catered directly to my customers. I run businesses that work with video, right? I have Business Video School. We teach people how to use video. I also co-own a business, Connect Video, where we make videos for people. And so most of what I do has something to do with video. And so we built this tool to help people write video scripts, right? It makes a lot of sense because that's what we do. So what you want to think about is what is something that you could give away to your customers that would be helpful, right? So for instance, just sort of making things up here. Maybe you are you're a personal trainer, and you want people to be able to have a tool that's going to recommend 3 stretches that they should do this morning based on their body type, right? Or something like that, or the kinds of fitness goals they have. So you're going to want to write that, right? So you're going to come in here and say, you're going to act as an expert in stretching, and you're going to recommend stretching routines to people based on their fitness level and their activity and their goals, or whatever you want to say. And you're going to write all that out in here, okay? And so that's the initial prompt. And so what's going to happen is back on the main page, we come back over here to the actual app itself. That will change the way that this tool works, right? So now when I put in my information here, and again, you probably change this to not say industry. So maybe that says like, tell me about your fitness goals, right? And they type out some of the information on their fitness goals. Then they click submit. And the response here is going to be based on that prompt you wrote, right? So whatever prompt you create, it's going to go through those processes, right? So if you're doing the example I made earlier about the personal trainer, that's what it's going to do, right? It's going to take that information and it's going to create a customized plan for stretching, right? So here's the idea. I'm going to have to wrap up here in a couple minutes because I got to get to another meeting. But what I do want to emphasize here is what you're seeing is we're using OpenAI, right? So it's the same company that created ChatGPT. We're using the exact same technology, but we're intentionally giving the tool a very narrow focus. We're not making it open-ended. We're not making it something that can do everything for someone, which is what a lot of AI is today. We're going entirely the other direction. We're making something that only does one thing, but does that one thing well, which is much more marketable, right? So once you come up with whatever that tool is, maybe it's, if you're a, interior designer, it helps come up with, brands that person should consider including, or helps them decide on colors, or, there's just so many of these tools that you could come up with, right? Once you make it, you only want it to do that one thing, and then you give it away. And that's the idea, right? As I say, okay, look, I've got a tool, an AI tool that will write you video scripts from scratch. You just tell it the industry and the topic you want, and boom, it'll make you a video script. If you want access to this, you have to give me your contact information in exchange, right? That's basic lead generation 101 type stuff. And what you're doing in that case is you're using it as a lead magnet. One thing I highly recommend is that you incorporate video into that process extensively, because it's your opportunity to differentiate yourself from the technology and to establish yourself in that person's brain. So part of the way I do this is we have videos that show the person how to use the tool. It introduces ourselves to that person, and it also gives us an opportunity to encourage them to contact us for whatever product or service it is we're selling, right? So for instance, if they come to this and they use this script writer, we say, look, if you want to get better at making videos, if you want some more information about how we can teach you to do this stuff in your business on a regular basis with complete, ease and all that kind of stuff, fill out the form, get in touch with us, and we'll share some information with you, right? So that's the basic gist of what we're going for here. All right, so that's all I mostly wanted to show you here today. One last thing I'll mention to you is here in the settings, in order for you to be able to do this last step that I'm going to show you, you do need to make sure that this is set to public. So this space needs to be listed as a public space, which does mean that anybody can come on and use it, right? So they can have access to this tool and come and use it whenever they want. But what that also allows you to do, and again, this is all, again, free other than what you pay to OpenAI, which is very, very little. I have had hundreds of people use the tools that I have built over the past few months, and we have spent a total of about $1 on OpenAI's service. It's incredibly affordable. It's very surprising. But anyway, so we want to do here is that, so that, we're talking very little cost, right? Obviously, there's the technical setup. Last thing, though, is you have to have this set up to public, because then you can come in here and I can click on embed this space and I can copy this code, and then I can put this particular tool anywhere I want on the internet. That's what you want to do, right? You want to take it from here, embed it on your own website. So now people are coming to your website. Now they're coming to your landing page. You can control the environment. They're not going to get distracted by being on Huggingface and poking around and messing around with a bunch of other tools. They're only going to use yours. You're going to be able to control the environment. You're going to be able to embed that video I'm talking about on the same page with the tool. And it's going to work a lot better in terms of being able to generate leads for the business, right? So that's it. So here's my question to you. If you're watching this live, or if you're watching it recorded, let me know in the comments if you would like me to come back and actually walk through and demonstrate how to build some of these tools from scratch. And that's what I'll do. I'll come back and I'll do some live streams where I actually walk through each and every step for building these kinds of lead magnets for your business. And you can even recommend which one you want to see built, right? So if you have a certain kind of lead magnet you'd like to see built, let me know in the comments, and I'll put a live stream together to come back and show that. All right, that's all I got for today. I just wanted to show you a quick overview of a really cool AI tool in my experience. And if it seems like it's something that strikes your interest, let me know, and I'll come back and I'll do more in the future. So, all right, that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching this.